Hola, mi gente. How are you, darlings? How are you? Happy 420 For all the pot heads, weed heads, cannabis heads, marijuana heads, Mary Jane heads, whatever y'all call yourselves today. Happy 420, I guess. It ain't my thing, but happy 420 to you. I'm sure you guys are celebrating. Welcome to another episode of On the Block with Jen. I am YouTube and your favorite devil's advocate, Jen. You can reach me on all social media platforms, On the Block with Jen, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, On the Block with Jen at Gmail. If you want to contact me or one of my panelists or you want to collab for some work, stay out of there if you have a marriage proposal. I'm not interested. I'm flattered, but I don't give a damn, okay? All right. On the Block with Jen is for Gmail is for topic suggestions, questions, things like that, okay, and what have you. All right, you guys know the drill already. You guys know the drill. If you want to support Mama, help Mama keep the church lights on because we have church up in here every now and then, especially tonight, okay? Tonight is subscribers only because a lot of you like to run up, throw a rock, and run away. Well, no, now you have to subscribe if you want to talk shit tonight. And I welcome you talking shit. I appreciate you talking shit, okay? Rebuts, retorts, contradictions, stomping your little Timberlands, whatever it is you want to do, come on in here, okay? But you have to be a subscriber tonight. Also, you're welcome on the panel, more than welcome. Me and my panel love new faces. We don't argue with avatars here. So you got to show your face to talk your shit like we all do, okay? Right? This is the block. I'm from New York. That's how we do it in New York, okay? Let me bring up Lily without another feather and remind you guys that you can support this show, Cash App On the Block with Jen scrolling at the bottom, or throw it into a super chat. Thank you so much to everybody who Cash Apps me after the show, catching the replay. If it's your first time here, welcome. Where the hell you been? We missed you, but you're here now. Let's get this party started. This is a topic I think about a lot, okay? I've partaken. I've seen my friends do it. We're going to talk about it. It's a very interesting topic. Especially the way we're going to deliver it. So without another further, let me get Lily from YB Limited up here so we can chat a little bit. Lily, mama, how are you?
Hello.
Hi. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I just have one question.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm pretty sure you're not going to be able to answer it for me, but I'm going to rely on the chat.
Okay.
So we know it's 420.
Mm-hmm.
What makes the day any different?
Mm.
I never understand.
Mm.
I'm like, how do you celebrate? Or like, if you're a smoker, right? I assume you smoke every day.
Correct.
So, like, what does the celebration look like? Like, you just smoke a little bit more?
You smoke with a glass of champagne, Lily duh.
There you go. Okay, boom. There we go.
But with that said, for all my 420 folk, you let us, I'm not about to Google that shit, okay? But you guys let us know, what's the difference? Why is it different on 420? Did something get discovered on April 20? Did a bill get passed on 420? You hold us down, chat, okay? I'm not about to Google that for you guys, but you let us know, okay, what's popping with 420 and happy 420 for you guys. I guess yes. I got the green on for you, okay?
There's some green up in here somewhere.
I love those colors, Lily.
Thank you. Yes, you know what? I like these earrings.
I love those.
I wish I could remember. I'll remember by the end of the show. It's black guy. He makes these.
Nice. Mm-hmm. We love us some black and brown shops here now. If you are a black or brown shop and you do jewelry and earrings, I'll give you my P.O. box. You can send them on over. Okay. Right. Send them on over. Let's celebrate the black and brown businesses, honey. Send them on over.
I'm big on that.
And I love me some earrings. Long, big, hoopy, you know what I mean? Big, statement pieces. You see my earrings a little glittery with the rainbow. I like me some jewelry.
Hold on, so you got the rainbow on and I got the and this is black on too.
Nice. What does it say? Pride?
It's something about pride.
Okay.
It's something about pride. It's got the rainbows and it's got words, and the words is celebrating some type of pride of the LGBT, of the queer, of the people.
The queer of the people.
Something like that.
It's like Alice in Wonderland. We're all queer here, darling.
Listen, exactly.
We're all mad here, Alice.
That's right.
Tally ho, Gary Richards. Tally ho, sir. Only NJ is like, I can't wait for this. Oh yeah, I'm gonna bring it tonight. And I have some examples of what I'm talking about, right? And I'm specifically, I don't know where No Saint is, but we're gonna need a race belt today because I'm talking about black men tonight.
Yes,
Du,
we.
du,
Oh, oh wow.
du.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
Yes, I'm
Shots
talking
shots
about
are gonna be fired, or what?
yeah,
How's
shots
this
are gonna
gonna
be
go?
fired, and people are gonna come tell me that just because you take some black dick don't mean you know about black men. And I say that's exactly why I know about black men.
So,
Taking black dick is not for the faint of heart, darling. We keeps it real on the block. We
right,
keeps it
everybody
real.
can't take it. Everybody can't take black dick.
Hello, okay.
Freaky Friday
What's
Eve.
hello? What's up, No Saint? Come on up, darling. Or are you busy? I
Yes,
dropped the
and
link.
I would love for like a black man or some black men to come up and
Yes. Yes, this is guys. This is all about you guys tonight. I'm talking about black men. If you're a black man who wants to come up and defend or agree or disagree, come on up. Show your face. Stop being so damn vain. Men have gotten so vain, or either vain or insecure. I don't know which one it is, but something keeps y'all away. I don't know what it is. But I would like to hear from you guys. Maybe you guys have a point of view, a perspective that I don't. I could just give you my personal experience, and that's what I'm going to talk about tonight. So, Lily, tonight's topic. I was like, yeah, I've touched on this briefly in the past, but I'm like, I want to do a whole topic about it. So here's the whole topic. And some people are going to be like, right?
okay.
But it's just one aspect. Another thing is, like, when I talk about any race or ethnicity, it doesn't mean all you motherfuckers, okay? So if it doesn't apply, let it fly, right?
That's simple.
Right? Okay. So here's the thumbnail. The thumbnail is, do black men measure women's worth by how much they'll suffer for them? Do black men measure women's worth by how much they'll suffer for them? In the picture is Gillie the kid and his wife of 25 years. And I heard the way he has a podcast with the other guy. Who's the other guy? I don't watch their podcast. Who's the
Wallow?
other guy? I think yes.
Okay.
Yes, Wallow. Okay. They have a podcast. He got to talking, and he spoke about his wife. And he praised her. He praised her for, as a husband should do, right?
But is it that long suffering praise?
Oh, I'm gonna read what he said.
Okay, because
Okay.
Go on.
So, and this made me want to talk about it because I think not just black women, but women of color, right? Unfortunately for us, we are raised, right, that love is what, Lily? Long suffering. We're like Job.
Yep.
We're the Job of society. White women are not raised that way. Asian women are not raised that way. They're just not raised that way. We are raised that way. That true love is long suffering. We got to be Job, like, hey, whatever. Hey, we got to hold them down. We got to endure for that man.
Suffer,
right?
struggle.
Yeah, all of that. Okay, so thank you, Craig. Appreciate you much. So Gillie the kid was praising his wife on his podcast, and all the men online, here you go, guys, in case before you tell me I didn't do it. A lot of men online are using it as a talking point, of course, because, I notice men like stories like this when they hear like a woman suffered for love, right? It's like, those women are valuable to them. Those women are worthy, those long suffering women. Oh, she suffered for Gillie the kid. Oh, she's worth her weight in gold, right? There's like this very bizarre pride that black men have finding a woman that doesn't want shit from them. And that's deep. There's a very peculiar pride, right, that a black man feels when he finds a woman that doesn't want shit from him. Okay? While other races and ethnicities are like, I got to be a provider. This is how it's going to be. Got to get my shit together. Find me a one. Black men are like, she didn't want shit from me. And it's a proud moment for them. So Gillie the kid, this is how he described his wife and why she was the one. Why he was like, she's the one. I'll read his praise of his wife. And this post is Haran shared this with me. This is from a man who, like many other men online, are praising Gillie the kid and his wife for this, right? So He said on his first date, Gillie the kid said on his first date with his wife, their bill was $150. $150. He asked her, can she pay for it? She did, with no problem, no questions. Later that night, after he dropped her off, he gave her $400. She asked, oh my God, what's that for? He told her, you had my back. I was testing you. I was testing you to see if I was fucked up out here, could I count on you? You know what I'm saying? Right? I wanted to see if she was after my pockets or my heart. Then goes along to say this generation wants everything given to them and not knowing people's motives or intentions. Before figuring out who they are as a person, I knew Regina, his wife, was solid from that day on. Almost 25 years together, and I trust her with my life. He mentioned that Regina has also been loyal to him and never wanted an extravagant lifestyle. She even went to prison with me when I was arrested in 2007. She only spent 10 days in prison, but never complained. She only spent 10 days in prison, but never complained. That woman, that salt of the earth, that epitome of the woman, went to prison for 10 days, but did not complain. I did my time and hers because it was my fault with the whole situation. Her charges was eventually dismissed, but she never brought it up. That's my life partner. That's my soulmate.
You got a co-defendant. That's a co-defendant. That's what the fuck that is.
And here comes our race bell. Hi, No Saint. We can't hear you, darling.
Our colonizer is on CP time tonight. What's going on?
You noticed that?
You muted. Okay. I'm loving it. No Saint drinking tonight.
Hey.
We're all working some kind of green for 420. Yes. Okay, so Lily, let's dissect because I got so much to say. I feel like I'm going to go off on a tangent. So please, I'm passing the mic before I open my mouth. But you read you heard the description. That is why he's praising his wife. She did them 10 days in jail, never complained. She paid that food bill, didn't complain. Okay, let's hear it.
I'm going to come right on out the gate and say this. When I think about the whole marriage thing and stuff like that, right? The ones who do stay together for eons, right? Mm-hmm. It seems like it's always attached with this type of story. You may not include prison time, right? But some type of struggle, and then the whole praise that like she stuck it out and we're still together, right? And for me, that's one of the reasons why I say when we quote the divorce rate, and then they say, well, there's still 50% still married. I'm like, yeah, but you all are not making it look appealing to me, and this is why. Exhibit A.
Correct.
It's like, why do I have to be long suffering in order to have this partner that may or may not wipe my ass at 80, right? Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Which is something else I thought about this morning, you all. You know, we were talking about the ass wiping yesterday, you know, and dying alone. Okay, so going back to that real quick, if you're married, one of you are going to die alone. Anyway. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Anyway.
Yes.
Yes. So let's throw that out the window from now on. Let's just stop using that one, period. Because even if you are married, one of you are almost guaranteed to die alone, unless you just somehow die together. Mm-hmm. All right. So that's my thing. And so I even look at my parents who have a wonderful marriage today. The marriage that they have today, they're not the same parents that I grew up with. That's the point. Mm-hmm. I've seen what they went through to get to this. For me, it's not worth it. For a possibility of getting to that place of coasting or whatever, bliss or whatever, right? Just a possibility. Mm-hmm. And the way things look numbers wise, it doesn't look like a high probability, especially in this day and age. So That's the first thing. I'm going to start off with that, actually. I'm going to start off with that, and then I'm going to pass the mic, and then I'm going to come back.
No, Saint. Did you hear the description? I did not see your name till just now. No, Saint. Just so George is aware,
Yes,
No
yes.
Saint is the original colonizer. Okay, the original gentrifier of the block. No Saint was here first.
Yes, you are responsible for bringing up the property value.
Yes, you are. No Saint. So I'm sure you heard the description. I read that is why this man fell in love with this woman. That he knows she was the one.
Because she hung with him when he was in jail. Is that what I was hearing?
Yes, and their first date, they went to a restaurant. The bill was $150, and he said, "You pay for it," and she paid for it. She paid for it, and then at the end of the date, he claims he gave her $400, and she was like, "Oh my, what's that for?" And he said, "Because you held me down in case I was fucked up out here." So he gave her $400, and then that, and then he did his jail bid, and she did 10 days in prison and never complained. Not a peep.
She did 10 days of prison.
Huh?
Well, she did 10 days of prison.
She did 10 days of prison, yes.
And
never complained. That's the key, though.
And it was because something he did?
Yes.
Did? Oh.
Yes. I mean, I understand the silence.
It's true love.
Because they do the same thing with Gucci Mane. With Keisha Kaur.
Oh, yeah, I heard. Yeah, she held him down. She flipped his money.
Oh, God. I'm just like, why does it always have to include degeneracy to have a marriage?
Yeah.
That's why I wanted to do that topic tonight. That is why.
It's kind of an interesting way of looking at what a woman value is. I mean, I don't think we all see that way. I could see if he said something like, you helped me go in the right direction. I was heading towards jail. You steered me in the right direction type thing. Golly, that's quite an interesting take.
It's beyond an interesting, take. I mean,
but listen. No Saint is white. He's like, I don't know what you niggas are doing over there. But I don't know what the fuck y'all doing over there. It sounds interesting, but
no. To be honest, when I heard all that, I'm thinking that lady has very little self-esteem. Is the way I look at it.
That's how I look at it too.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about it all the time. Women have options. Women have a lot of options.
And this woman here, let's look at her. I mean, she's no pit bull. She has options.
Oh yeah, definitely has.
She's pretty.
She's pretty. I mean, he looks like a turtle without the shell on.
Right.
I'm trying to think who he looks
but he
like.
has a little bit of notoriety, so that's how.
Right. Yeah. He's Gillie the Kid.
Back to this prison thing, real quick. If you talk to anybody, if you talk to any prison guard from a male or female prison, they will tell you the huge difference of what visiting day looks like.
Absolutely. I've been
right. Yeah, exactly. A lot of women have been there for visiting day, but you go to a women's prison on visiting day and see how many men are there. If anyone is going to be there, it's probably a family member that's bringing their children or something like that. But it is rare for a boyfriend or a husband to show up to a women's prison. So why is it always that the woman is expected? It's like it's an expectation for a woman in our community, I've been in that situation and I had to tell the person, and listen, I'm a person who's been there before, but I'm like, that's not something to expect a person to do. That's a very hard thing to do. And it takes somebody, I don't know what kind of person it takes. And like I said, for a possibility, because the other part of that story is usually when, a lot of times, like the more common story is when the guy gets out, it's like, screw you. That's
very common. I saw that happen to one of my best friends when I was younger. So let's talk about the culture for a bit. Let's talk about the culture, right? Because this is celebrated in our culture. It's celebrated. One of our favorite songs in the world, Mary J. Blige and Method Man. Yeah. You're all I need. Let's just explore those lyrics. Okay? And we love that song. We fucking
oh,
love us some Method
play it
Man
right
and
now.
Mary. Listen,
Play it right
listen.
now.
Okay. So some of the lyrics go on. He's talking about love and loving this woman. He says, even if I'm locked up north, it's something about jail and these guys. Okay. Even if I'm locked up north, you in the world rocking 3/4 of cloth, meaning covering up, never showing your stuff off, boo. It be true, me for you. That's how it is. I can be your knower. You can be my whiz, right? I can be your sun. You can be my earth, resurrected God through birth. Best believe, right? So again, a woman is being praised for standing by a man who's in prison. Let's go to 50 Cent 21 Questions.
That's
Yeah,
a very romantic prison song, though.
right. So let's go to 21 Questions, 50 Cent. Because we're talking about the culture, right? And how our culture celebrates this shit. Women long suffering, right? For a man. 21 Questions, 50 Cent in the lyrics he's asking, right? If I fell off tomorrow, would you still love me? If I didn't smell good, would you still hug me? If I got locked up, there goes that prison again. If I got locked up and sentenced to a quarter century, what's a quarter century? Okay. If I got sentenced to a quarter century, could I count on you to be there to support me mentally? If I went from a hoopty to a Benz, would you poof and disappear like some of my friends? If I was hit and I was hurt, would you be by my side? If it was time to put in work, would you be down to
Right down, right down. Hey.
right? So you see this romanticism around the idea of women suffering for these men and holding them down and just putting their lives aside for these men who may be poor, broke, stinking according to 50 if he didn't smell so good, locked up north, locked up in jail, right? There's this constant, this romanticizing of it. But here's the interesting part of it. Here's the interesting part of it. The same culture that celebrates, right? Women being down no matter what, also blames women when these men are fuck ups. Mm-hmm. Pick better. Why aren't you picking better? You like the Pookie and Ray Ray. Pick better. But you guys are all singing along with 50 Cent, and you guys are all singing along with Method Man, and we love both songs. It's our fucking music. But you're singing along and celebrating this. And when a woman indulges and says, wow, that's what men want, okay, I'll be that. Then you blame her for that too. And that's why I tell women, do not do it. Like you said, Lily, it is not worth it. Because you're damned if you do and damned if you don't. If you hold him down and he ain't shit and he's leaving the kid with no groceries and you should have picked better. You in it Pookie and Ray Ray. That's why. Because y'all like the Pookie and Ray. But the Pookie and Ray Ray is getting sentenced to a quarter century. The Pookie and Ray Ray is locked up north and wants his girl to never and may not smell so good and don't want his girl showing off her stuff. Wants her wearing 3/4 of the cloth. And this is why I wanted to talk about this tonight, because this is celebrated and romanticized in our fucking communities. And I fell for that shit. Ooh, all through my 20s, honey. Oh, let me ride or die. I was on the hood like an ornament, like a Rolls Royce ornament.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was ride or die to the bone. I fell for that shit. I was like, oh my God.
Because it's such a big part of the culture.
Thank you.
Being young, especially when we came up in the golden years of hip hop, we were bombarded by ride or die culture. Bonnie and Clyde was so praised and uplifted in our culture.
Mm-hmm.
And so being young, like you said, I thought that's just what you're supposed to do, right?
Yeah, I think, I think that maybe some of it has to do with, the whole thing of coming from an area where you don't have the advantages. So this guy's going to jail because he's just trying to make it in this society. You know what I mean? So it's maybe they're thinking it's honorable that I stick with this person because, he probably, maybe he did do something wrong, but he was just trying to feed his family type thing, and also, the more you suffer, the more it shows you really care, as one of my lines in the Offspring song says, the more you suffer, the more it shows you really care. So you're looking for a way to prove your love. But 25 years, that's 25 good years of your youth that you're waiting on somebody to get out. You don't even know if it's going to work.
Right. May or may not.
Straight back to prison. You don't know that,
So I want to ask you this question, Lily, and I'll answer it myself as well. Hi, Orlando. So Don Levon says, because this is another one of the lyrics in the song, and let's be fair. I want to be fair on 420. Just be there for me, and I'm gonna make sure we be living in the fucking lap of luxury. Okay. Now, Lily, like you, I'm sure I rode for more than one.
Yeah.
I rode, right? Because never one. It's not just one that we ride for. No, we be.
Oh, yes.
Me. We be picking them up, right? Me. Come on, so I'm riding.
Riding a hoopty.
Right? I just want to know, Lily, and I'll answer on my side, how many of those that you were there for had you made sure, because he said made sure you were living in the lap of luxury? How many of them guys that you rode for had you living in the lap of luxury? I'm just curious.
Let's just say this. I didn't have any type of lap of luxury until I got by myself, whipped myself, and did for myself. Just saying.
Okay. So I will answer on my side. And Don just wrote it for me. Ride or die, I just died. There's nothing but death for me. Over and over and over. It's just death. There was no lap of luxury. People have to understand that this is a mentality.
Yes.
If a man is already coming into the situation of, you got to hold me down. You got to have to understand that's a lifestyle. That's a mentality. That's not a temporary situation. Mm-hmm. And I know men are going to get mad at me. Yeah, I was about to get mad. But I don't think that men should even run out looking for women until their shit is hecho y derecho, is in order. I think that's a fucking man's man. That is what men do. Men fucking know I can't afford a kid and wife right now. I can't fucking do it. I'm not going to do it. She's just going to be struggling with me. But in our culture, it's always like, well, ride or die. You got to help me build. You got to talk life in me. And then I can go out there because women do that. Right? And I take it all the way back to motherfucking Genesis. Okay? To motherfucking Genesis. She's a rib. She's here to compliment you and make your life better. I take it all the way fucking back to those motherfuckers.
You see what Kevin Hart did to his McRib.
Yes, I did a skit about that actually. Yes. He used to Kevin Hart called his wife his rib. You my rib. You my rib. And then he was up here, okay, knee deep, which isn't far for Kevin Hart because he's a tiny little man. He was knee deep, okay, in some hooker out here in Vegas. While his ride or die was back at the house.
But he was riding with somebody else.
Right. So it's like in our situation, because at least Kevin Hart's wife has to put up with his dick smelling like other pussy, but she's in the lap of luxury, yeah?
She is. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right? You'll put up with stains in his drawers that ain't come from you if you're, I guess she feels like, and justify the means. But in our culture where this is celebrated, that is not the case. That is not the case. 99.9999999% of the time, a guy that wants you to ride or die or hold him down is not worth it. Now, Gillie the kid's wife thought, hey, This little turtle looking dude, he's going to be worth it, right? But it makes me question, can't say her options because she's a pretty girl. It makes me question her self-esteem.
Would
It makes me question
Kanye
her
say prettiest
self-esteem.
girls have the lowest self-esteem?
Gotta be.
Yeah. And from doing makeup, that was one of the biggest takeaways that I took away from being a makeup artist, is that prettiest girls have the lowest self-esteem.
Right. So I'm like, so it's not that she's not attractive, because she's an attractive woman. So she had options, but she opted for the guy that said, you pay the bill, who played a game with her and then got her ass locked up for 10 days. That's who she opted for. Right. And had the roles been reversed, had a woman said, I'm testing this guy, I'm going to tell him to take me to the most expensive restaurant because I want to see it. And if he takes me there, then he's the one.
Ooh, the internet would be blowing up. Do you hear? The internet will be blowing up if a woman said that, she posted that.
Lily, we couldn't have even been on today. It would have been so much smoke and fire on YouTube.
It would have been shut down.
Had a woman said, well, I just wanted to test him. So I wanted to see if he was going to buy my kids some food. Or I wanted to see if he was going to take me to that expensive restaurant. Or I told him, hey, buy me that diamond. I was just testing. He bought me the diamond. And then that's when I knew he was the one, when he bought me the diamond. All hell would break loose. But this little worm, this little maggot, Gillie the kid, gets to play games with a woman, and he gets applauded for it. Because that's a game. You pay the bill. Let's see what happens. Let's see what she does. And why is it that these tests that these type of men do, because let me be crystal clear, this is a certain demographic of men, okay? I know, and I've met, and I talk to Black men who don't play these fucking games, who when they take a woman out on a date, it's not their last, so they don't give a fuck whether they like her or not the next day. Right? They don't care. They like, if I don't like the bitch on a date, all I got to do is not call her again and call somebody else.
That's it.
Right? But had a woman done this, all hell would have broke loose. And why is it that the games that these motherfuckers play, these little maggots, why isn't it never anything like, I gave her $10,000, see how she would flip it? Why aren't the games ever in abundance or productive or positive? I gave her $10,000, gave her 10 racks to see what she would do with that. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Why are they never like that? Mm-hmm. Or I took her on an exotic trip because I wanted to see how she would treat the staff. Or I gave her a whole spa day to see if she would thank me for it. Why are there tests of these fucking degenerates and these maggots and these broke mentality motherfuckers? Because I'm sure Gillie the kid got a little bank. I don't think he's wealthy.
Yeah, but he should be.
But he
be able to pay his bills. If he's,
right.
Yeah, if he's responsible, he should be able to pay his bills. Yeah.
Right. I'm sure he's good. Right. I'm sure he's bad. Why aren't the tests ever like that? Why is it always the most negative shit in our community? Why is it, I did time and she held me down for 2 years? Why? Why do women of color have to put up with this bullshit?
And I don't get that, because that's one thing my brother was always clear about. He was like, he always said, I don't want children unless it's with my wife, but I'm not prepared to even have a wife right now because I gotta get my shit together. It was that simple for him. And he got his shit together, did his career, did his investments, bought him a home. Now I can have a wife and children. Mm-hmm. Isn't that, that should be the norm.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And this right here, Sarah C says, Black men view treating women, especially Black women, well as simping. That's another thing. And that's what makes this these gender wars so dangerous, that treating a woman good, right? With respect, treating a woman good or catering to a woman is considered something negative. What future would a community have where that exists, that mentality exists? Like, what future are you going to have if the males in that community think treating a woman good is simping and it's negative? No, Saint, you was gonna say something.
Oh, I was just saying. I guess Gillie the Kid's worth between $2 and $5 million. There's a couple of different reports. One says around 2, one says 5. So yeah, he's all right. Doing all right.
He should be able to pay his bills as long as he's being responsible. Because I mean, that sounds like a lot to some people. It's really not. So if you're responsible, you should be able to pay his bills and have some investments and be cool.
Now remember, worth 2 to 5 million. What is he driving?
That's what I'm saying.
Where does he live?
Right.
Where does he live?
Responsible, because that can go.
Because remember,
he lives in Philly. You know, so that's expensive, and so if man, like that can go fast, very fast. So
yep. But either way, no Saint, $2 to $5 million is enough to take a woman on a date.
Oh yeah,
spend $150, and if he don't like her, he don't like her.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of, I saw this, and Erica noticed it too. There was we went to Moulin Rouge, and there was a couple right in front of us, and I'm thinking the guy's in his 20s, probably in his 20s. And during the thing, and he finally got up and left for the rest of the show. It might have been like a half an hour left, but he was kind of like, sort of like laughing, like because it's a romantic thing, the guy's singing his song to the girl, and he's taking it, and I'm thinking, I wonder if this guy's like one of these guys that think like, oh, that's a simp, he wouldn't do that, and he's with a woman, mind you, on this thing. And I was thinking to myself, it's just, he's immature. It was pissed Erica off. It was pissing her off, because here we are, this guy's just kind of like shaking his head and all. I'm like, what do you expect, man? If you can't listen, that's we all, I think most of us anyway, like the fairy tale romance. When you watch a romantic, like a romantic scene, like a Romeo Juliet type of thing, you know what I mean? I think we all kind of like that, even though we know it's not real. I mean, in the end, But this whole, it's bad. I mean, obviously, it's not my generation. This whole simp thing, I mean, if people want to call me a simp, I really don't care.
Right.
I just do me,
If you're being called a simp in 2023, it sounds like you're a pretty good guy. But I mean, sounds like you're a catch.
I don't understand, other than what I see on here, and I guess the opposite of that is really treating someone bad, or making them, or let's see if this person pays, or let's go on a coffee date. I don't know. It's almost like people don't want to be. They feel like if they take someone and treat them nicely, good time, that somehow they're getting got. If it doesn't work out and they don't get a second date, or they don't have access to that lady, then they got played. And that's not what it's supposed to be about. It's supposed to be about getting to know someone and seeing if you have that chemistry, and you take them out and have a good time. But I don't know. It's just weird.
It is. It's
but
very
I would
weird.
never expect any woman to be with me through a jail sentence. That would be weird.
Yeah, that would be weird. Learn from the white men. Learn from the white men. Everybody watching, learn from the white men. It's not noble. It's not honorable. It's just fucking weird.
It is. It's weird.
The way he said that, though, it was like, it made so much sense. It was just like, oh, that's weird, But to have grown up hearing that for so many years, and have had to break out of that way of thinking, it's funny to hear someone just flat out say, yeah, that's kind of weird. I never thought of it. You're like, I never thought of that. And here, Jen and I saying like, well, that's kind of standard from where we come from.
Yeah.
Standard expectation for a woman, but not standard expectation for a man by far.
Right. George Cook says he's listening from work. Hey, George.
What's up, George?
What was this comment? Someone said, Gillie the Kid, Gillie and his co-host just inked a $50 million deal with Barstool Sports.
Keith David says simp is an old term from the 80s, but just like every term has been redefined in this new world that we're in. And
who said that though?
Keith David.
I wonder where he is. He from New York? Because there might have been a lot of stuff in New York that never made its way across the country.
Absolutely, absolutely.
I've never heard that before.
Absolutely,
it's a brand new term to me.
Sarah says, unfortunately, Black men only like to learn negative things from other communities. That's deep. I mean, let's
talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it, because
let's talk about it.
I was saying I was talking to my mother or somebody, and we were talking about the Asiatic Jewish community.
Asiatic.
Yeah. And people always, have a lot of things to say about them or whatever. But the thing is like, I look at any culture, you can take something or adopt something that's positive from that particular culture. I think every culture has its negative parts to it, right? But like Sarah said, that we can pick and choose which parts that be like, I'll adopt that one. And the one thing you can say about certain communities is like that, they stick together, how they do it, I don't know. I really don't know, because it's just not the norm in the community that I'm a part of. So it's interesting to me. It's very interesting to me.
You can't stick together if you're not taught to have a strong sense of self. We don't really stick together because we don't have a strong sense of self. We have a very inferior sense of self, and a lot of times we walk around with imposter syndrome. We try to mask this, anxiety of fitting in and so on and so forth. And we just a lot of us needs to take time to just really figure ourselves out. Like with that whole Gillie situation, I showed you the comment that I put on that post, Jen. I was like, I thought it was the most idiotic shit I've ever heard in my life. Like, why would you even do some shit like that? Like, what was the point of that?
This is why we have this. See, it's not all. It's some, but a lot of men are praising him. A lot of men are praising him.
I told my boy about this shit, and we both sat there and laughed. Like, what the fuck? Like, you're lucky she didn't leave right after that.
Right.
And she would have been well within her rights to do that. It's just this thing where
that would have been my last date. That would have been my last date. I don't fuck around. Like, I'm not playing with you, because it shows a lack of maturity.
Yeah.
It shows like you about them games. Like, she decided to stay, great for her, but I'm just like, no. Well, not at this age anyway.
In the Black community, and particularly at this age, man, there's way too much pressure that people put on each other to hold me down. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? 40-something years old.
Get your shit together.
But I think,
hold you down. Like,
yeah, but I think that it's more. I wouldn't say it's both ways
equally. It's not a Tupac song.
But it's not equal, Haran.
No,
men look to be held down. Men look to be held down.
Okay, hold on.
Absolutely.
That triggered me.
Absolutely.
It's the last comment, Cherokee Bill. When it comes to relationships, the 4-letter word for me is potential.
Potential.
Oh. You know how I feel about potential. Like, I'm triggered.
Not potential.
I'm triggered.
Breathe and let's talk about it.
Okay.
But yeah. Okay.
Go ahead, No.
I was gonna say the problem with potential is it's something that hasn't happened yet, and it may never happen. So you might see potential in them, but they might not see the potential in themselves, or they might not have the work ethic to get to that potential. It's like a player. You can be drafted. You can have all the talent in the world. You come to the NFL, and everybody's got that talent. And if you work at it, you might be great. You have potential. But if you don't have a work ethic and you just are there and you're like thinking you're going to rely on the same old things you did through high school and college, it's a different game. So that potential may never be made up, right? So when someone says she might see the potential, that's fine. She can see all the potential she wants. He might not know that. He might not see the potential, though. And he might not be thinking that
I'm
he's
gonna tell my
going.
daughter that. I'm gonna tell my daughter what potential is 9 times out of 10 with certain guys.
Certain
Not with
guys.
all guys, but with certain guys. You know that word potential. When motherfucker put that word potential, that shit is a carrot.
Yes.
That shit is a carrot. That shit is a carrot, and that carrot leads to basically poverty half of the time. You got potential up
Or you being a
until
starter wife.
you have potential up until I give you 23.
Dang,
I
that's
give you
young.
that. I
That's
give you
young.
that.
That's
Young.
I
You're
give
better
you
than
young.
that.
me.
I
You're
give
better
you
than
that.
me.
I give you that. Hey, I'm a Jamaican. I'll give you that, man. You got potential up until 23. Anything after that, the clock is ticking. You damn sure
I
better not
got you.
talk that potential shit at 35. No, 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 no. We're halfway
Okay.
at the middle age mark here, bro. You can't have potential at 35. Either you're closing in on what you're supposed to be, or you're far away from that shit. Period,
I
man.
heard someone's mother say something similar to that. Like, if a man hasn't figured it out by 35, too
What are
late.
you doing?
It's
What are
too
you
What are
late.
you
doing?
doing?
Dump
What
him.
are you
Like Jen
doing?
says, the lifestyle.
What are you doing? Because come on, man. If you're 45 with potential, the potential to do what? Statistically speaking, you have more potential to die
Right.
than you actually live a fruitful
Also,
life.
I
potential
think
could be
when
potential
people
could go both ways. You could have negative potential. You have potential to go back to jail. I mean,
I
let
mean,
me tell you,
at 45 too, you also have potential to have kids with autism. You know what I'm saying? I mean, your shit
But
ain't
oh my
really
God,
working.
I was saying that before. Stop having them babies at an older age, and babies be Down syndrome, all kinds of shit be happening. So back to really quickly, back to what Cherokee said. He said, "I doubt she would have did that with anybody. Honestly, she might have seen the potential. They were on a fucking date. They were on a date. What potential? They were on a date. He took her to a restaurant where the bill came up to $150. If anything, that would have turned me off. It would have turned me off. Took her on a date. The bill is $150. Now, of course, I would have fucking paid it because we can't leave the restaurant without paying. But you wouldn't have seen me again.
right.
I mean, I went on a date one time with a guy to the movie theater, and I think I told you guys about it. And he was like, "Oh, let's stop off at the store." And then he was like, "How big is your bag?" Because he wanted to buy all the snacks at the fucking store. And I was like, "Okay." Last time, matter of fact, I had called I did the whole text thing, and I was like, I told my friend,
Oh,
call me.
the text.
Yeah, I told my friend, call me. I walked out in the middle of the fucking movie. I never saw that guy again.
come on, Jen. You don't see the
No.
potential in him being very, very thrifty.
No saying.
If anything, the man's resourceful as shit. The man's resourceful as shit.
No
If
saying.
anything,
I'm trying to get through this stream without wanting to stab.
you know how to make something out of nothing.
Not cheap. He's thrifty. That's all.
Rodville just proved my point. Okay, so he said Steve Harvey didn't hit until his 40s. This is the perfect example of what the hell I'm talking about. Do not ever date potential. What happened to the lady who dated Steve Harvey's potential? She helped to build up this potentially rich and famous guy, and the moment he hit, he got rid of his starter wife and got the lighter, brighter, greener eye, longer hair.
I bet you she didn't potentially think that was going to happen.
I'm going to hit you with something. Who made that comment? Who made that comment?
Rodville.
Now, I'm going to just make an assumption, all right? I don't know if he's black, white, or Latino.
He's black.
He's black. All right. That is a total white person's talking point. Well, Bill Cosby made it. Look at Oprah Winfrey. Michael Jordan. Look at all these black people. What are you talking about? There's racism in this. That's the same comment. Well, Steve Harvey did it at 40. Okay, you're talking about outliers.
Right.
That's another thing that a lot of people need to stop doing.
Cherokee Bill, you want to come up? You want because if you think we're misconstruing your words, come up because we're going to interpret it how we see fit. You said you're talking about specifically Gillie the kid. We are responding about specifically Gillie the kid. He was sitting there and acted like he didn't have $150. I don't care if it was LL Cool J. I don't care if it was Jason Momoa. It would have been a fucking turnoff. It's a game that he's playing with a woman to see if she's worthy by how much she could fucking endure. or put up with. It doesn't matter if it was Gillie the kid or Billy the kid or Silly the kid. It doesn't matter. He was playing a fucking game, and that would have been a turnoff. He said that he gave her at the end of the night. Here's $400 for what? Because if I was fucked up out here, you would have held me down, ma. It's a fucking turnoff.
That should sound like a scene in the coldest winter, or some shit in that book.
Right, I read that book.
What type of hood shit is that?
It's classic as hell.
This is like some Zane shit. Like, what the fuck is that? Man?
It's fucking. And had the shoe been on the other foot, these dudes' dicks would have inverted inside their assholes. If a woman would have said, "Well, I told him buy me a diamond, and guess what? He bought me that diamond, and that's when I knew he was a keeper." You motherfuckers would be imploding. The manosphere right now, okay, would have fucking imploded.
Look, listen,
had a woman said that.
Look, you can't even take a woman to anything outside of a coffee date or even like lean next to her in a fucking photo without motherfuckers calling you a bitch or a simp or
I want to know, and here's my question.
Shit.
And here's my question. How many men would have said he just saw potential in her? That's why he bought her that diamond.
Ah, that's funny.
I wouldn't have said that shit. Jen, and I'm about one of the most understanding men that you know. And you came to me with that shit, I'd be like, I'm not that understanding.
I just want to know how many men would have said, "Hey, he saw potential in her. That's why he got her that diamond." How many men?
I don't know, man. That's a lot of potential. You Nostradamus like a motherfucker. You can see that. I don't know, man.
She did 10 days in jail. Didn't complain one time. Dumb bitch. She didn't even complain. She took them 10 days.
Doesn't that mean like doesn't that show that you can like take abuse?
Yes, and that's the other thing. Like, I'm a really big believer in teaching people how to treat you. So if we started out on this foot, like, like I'm teaching you and I'm showing you that you can run over me and that I'm gonna be there. I can handle a lot.
But I will say this: she's a special.
If that was my daughter, I'd have went to Gillie and be like, stay the fuck away from my daughter, man. Stay the fuck away from my fucking daughter.
Thank you.
Haran,
Thank you.
Point. I wonder if these men who are praising this situation would tell their daughters that same advice.
Oh, I'd have sat my daughter down and I'd be like, don't you ever in your fucking life ever sit here and put yourself in that situation for no motherfucker. I don't give a fuck. And I'd have told that nigga, I'd be like, this is gonna be the last time you see my daughter, man. Or we gonna have a problem, and I'd have just left it at that.
Thank you for the super chat, Don Levon. Don Levon says Chad Ochocinco Johnson told Shannon Sharp that he took his fiancee to McDonald's on her first date and knew she was white material. I actually did a show on that. I did a show.
Yeah.
This is
and Chad Ochocinco was a fucking world-renowned athlete. Everybody knows who Chad Ochocinco is and what he was worth. So I said there's a difference between wanting to go to McDonald's and needing to go to McDonald's. That's like I meet Elon Musk or Bezos and they're like, Jen, you want some White Castle? And I'm like, fuck yeah.
Let's
go get the White Castles, Bezos. Right. Dunkin' Donuts after. I like vanilla chai, Bezos.
I got a series of questions. And I'm asking this to the men. I'm genuinely asking this. I'm not being sarcastic. First question. Why, even mainly as black men, why is there such a huge importance and weight put on the female gaze? Why is it so important that that the female gaze be such a priority in our lives, as if we allow ourselves to be defined by the women that we surround ourselves with, the women that we engage with, just women, period. I barely hear about careers. I barely hear about self. I barely hear about anything that's going on with you, gentlemen. It's always about women. That's the first thing. The second thing is that why is there always this race to the bottom.
Not a race
when,
to the bottom.
when explaining how you got this woman. Like,
A
oh
race
no,
to the bottom.
like all I had to do was give her a Jolly Rancher. No, all I had to do was all I had to do was like go to a coffee date. Man, I just called it a cab. Like, yo, what is that? Like,
I almost choked.
you are proud of yourself for spending $1.99 for $1.99 to get this woman in a situation with you. Like, what is it? Like, why is this so important? I'm confused. Explain this to me.
All I had to do was give her a Jolly Rancher.
That is
No,
funny. It's
no.
true, though. I didn't hit that one line. I didn't hit that.
How is a guy a simp if he spends more than damn near $10 on actually meeting a woman? Like, well, you a sucker.
This is not a good example, Rodville. It's the opposite. He said, no, Saint, by your logic, no one should give Jen a chance because of her age, because she'd be in outlier. First, it's not about my age, it's about the way I look. Men are gonna give me a shot because of the way I look. It doesn't matter that I'm an outlier, but it's not a good comparison to giving a guy who's broke a chance at potential. There's like apples and oranges. Like, I get what you were trying to do, but it's apples and oranges. Men are visual. I got the visual.
Yeah.
That's why they give a fuck.
And I'll say something to that too. Most men are certainly would give Jen a chance. But if it's a young man that wants a family, he's not going to give Jen a chance.
Of course not. So,
I mean,
it makes sense.
You know,
it makes sense.
Correct. He's not. Thank you. Correct. He's not going to say, Jen got potential to be a mother. No, the fuck I do not.
Because Jen will damn sure tell that motherfucker, like, no,
right.
Like, right. No. Like, even if I could have kids, I ain't having no more fucking kids.
Right. So that's like a man being stupid enough to go forward with me, knowing that, like, okay, she's 49, she's done with kids, but she got potential. It's stupid.
Like I tell Jen and Lily all the time, you know what I mean? They don't have the same problems as the average woman their age, particularly. And the average woman their age, particularly women in the Black community, I fucking say it, I really don't give a fuck. These broads ain't in the gym like that. You know what I mean? They're not taking care of themselves. They're not eating right. They're not doing whatever. So no, their options and so on and so forth are not going to be the same as a Jen. However, there are women who are older than 40. There are women who are in their 50s who do go to the gym, who do take care of themselves, and they look incredible. Okay, and they can get men their age, they can get men younger. You know what I mean? Don't assume also that every young man wants a family. Every young man doesn't want a family.
Listen, I got 3 male friends, they ain't got no babies. And they don't want no babies.
See, that's the other narrative that you allow Kevin Samuels and other these guys, because that's the funny thing about y'all. Y'all love to use outliers as your example when you're trying to prove a point, but you don't recognize the outliers when it comes to the things that you're trying to, you know what I mean, stand on. Like, yeah, family and so on and so forth. No, there's people who don't, you know what I mean, want to have family. You know what I mean? There's people who don't want to have kids. There's people who don't want to do all these things. There's young men who are attracted to older women. You know what I mean? As long as she's beautiful. So, you know what I mean? All this, she hit the wall shit. No, she hit the wall for you.
And let me be real clear. Let me be real clear on the hypocrisy on that one. They'll make something wrong with the woman if she has children and she's single. But then they'll still make something wrong with the woman if she's over a certain age and she has no children. Which one do you want, internet? Which
internet?
One
Thank you for saying internet.
That's a good point. It's a good point. Because it's like if you're older and you have no children in their mind, they say something's wrong with you.
But it goes back to there's a thing that it's like women don't listen to men and men don't listen to women, to be fair.
Absolutely.
Women don't listen to men and men don't listen to women. We are sitting here saying, okay, and you guys are like, I think men have become more female-like where they just like arguing to argue, right? And I didn't understand that until I was in a relationship with a man that just liked to argue. And I'm like, this is what it feels like to men. when they say women just fucking argue. There's not even a fucking problem, and you're making a fucking problem. And it made me realize this is what it feels like. Like, you know, I'm with him 11 years, and he was this guy. What are you thinking? I always wonder what you're thinking.
Yeah.
I think it's time for us to talk again. Yo, I was like, I'm fucking watching Martin reruns. That's what I'm thinking. I'm just fucking watching. No, but you're sitting there. What are you thinking? And I'm like, this is how men feel. This is how men feel. This is crazy. So, you know, going back to listening, we are telling you. You're talking about outliers. You're talking about Gillie the Kid, who may or may have not had a name. You're talking about who's Keisha Cure with? Keisha, whatever the fuck her name is.
K.O.R.
Who's she with? What rapper?
Oh,
I have no clue.
Okay.
Gucci.
Okay, Gucci. All right. Okay, he already had a name.
I get my BBLs mixed up. I'm so sorry, y'all.
Oh shit. That's funny.
That's a whole other topic. That's a whole other topic. Okay. But my point, the point I was making is that you're trying to use these outliers of men who already had names. Chad Ochocinco already had a name. That Gucci motherfucker already had a name. Gillie the Kid already had a name. They already had names. We are telling you, you have to listen to the women who are telling you. There's not one man that I dated who had potential, who had me sitting in that luxury. I'm realizing that you did enough to fuck with. Not one. Not one. Not one. Fat zero. Not one. You have to listen to what women are saying. Not one. The motherfuckers that come in with a shitload of potential usually just becomes a load of shit.
Yes.
You have to listen. You have to listen to what women are saying. Men with potential, right? Men with potential, all right?
Usually realize it.
Mm-hmm. and they fucking work on that potential. Mm-hmm. And then they become that dude that walks in, okay, the top G, okay, and then all the women want him. Let's look at Tate, not as tater tots, but let's look at Tate for a second. Okay, Tate was goofy looking kid,
no chin,
no chin, goofy looking, no chin, smart but very tall. Mm-hmm. So obviously he was like, I could play chess. I'm smart. I'm a thinker, right? I'm a tactician. I can, you know what I mean? Mm. He had potential. He realized his potential. Did Tate run and find himself a woman to help him build and speak life into him?
He really didn't. He really didn't. He really did. He went to the gym. Okay. He learned how to fight.
Thank you. So since men like that, men admire men who have women. Kevin Samuels, Kevin too. You know, men love men that make it and have a lot of women on them, right? So let's look at Kevin Samuels and Andrew Tate. They realized their own potential. They said, I'm going to build on this shit, on this frame, and I'm going to become irresistible to women. That is what they did. And he was just as goofy. Let me tell you, Andrew Tate was just as goofy as every other incel online. Goofy. It looked like he drooled when he talked. He spit when he talked. He had no chin, skinny, had an Adam's apple sticking out to there, right? His chest was concave. And he's like, you know what? I'm tall. I'm smart. I played chess. I got potential. I'm going to go see about this potential. He went and worked on his potential, and then he became irresistible to women. But why do men want talk life into me? Help me build. Get the fuck away from me.
You know what's really crazy about what you just said, Jen? I'm just realizing that the same thing that you tell a lot of these guys to do, and even I tell a lot of these guys to do, the guys that they revere actually went ahead and did the shit.
Boom.
That's the irony of this whole shit. Like, the guys that they revere really went out there and did all that fucking shit. Because Kevin Samuels, the end version, looked completely different from
honey.
Kevin,
all that, the spray tank, whatever the fuck he did. Whatever he did.
Kevin Samuels before pictures are horrific.
Yes.
Derek Jackson.
Yes.
Derek Jackson.
All of them, they figured it out. They would see this is the thing. It's like you all said, instead of looking for someone to help breathe life into your potential, like, and
They put the work in.
What No Saint said earlier was like one of the biggest lessons I ever freaking learned about potential. The whole world can know you have potential. The whole world can know you the most talented, the most smart, the most whatever. The whole world can know. But if you don't know, it is completely worthless. Completely worthless. And that's 9 times out of 10 what you're going to run into. Now, let me tell you the other part. Now, the other part, the 1% is going to be the one who's going to go get it. But what happens when they do go get it? They don't stick with the one who helped them go get it. So that's why
Thank you. That is why don't bother, because even when you hold them down, here's the thing. And you know me, people hate when I say it, but when you change, your dating pool changes. Right? So why hold that motherfucker down so he could make it so you could give him to another woman? Because that's all you're doing. Steve Harvey said it out his own mouth, and I'm not going to paraphrase. He fucking said on a show, I got to where I am, and then I found the woman with the hair I like. He said the fucking hair, which means unnappy, okay? He said, I found the woman with the... He said, he wasn't done. He said, I found the woman with the hair I like. He said, I found the woman with the complexion I like. And I found the woman with the eye color I like. He said that. And he got dragged for it. But listen, exactly. That was my point. He is honest. He started with the starter wife, the dark-skinned woman who held him down and saw his potential and gave him them first black babies. And what did he do? He got his money, blew up, and got with the bitch that was white adjacent and adopted her kids. He had such a hard-on for a light-skinned bitch with green eyes. He said, I'm going to adopt your grown kids. Them kids were grown. They weren't even babies.
And ditched his 4 black kids. His 4 black, ditched them. Ain't seen them since.
All right.
That is why that is why today, all of you can beat off to Lori Harvey. Okay? Because he adopted that little bitch and gave her his last name. That is why you all know Lori Harvey today. Because someone saw potential in Steve Harvey and helped him get there.
And let me tell you, I know not all people are like this. Some people are self-starters, and no matter what, they're going to pursue what they're going to do, and they're going to make it, right?
Yes.
I think there's another side to this. I think a woman that's going to hold someone down in that man's view, she's going to hold me down in the tough times, is hindering that person, because that person suddenly doesn't have to really do anything to be with that woman, right? I was that person that I had when I had, one of my first serious girlfriends. I was kind of lost in what I was doing. I wasn't sure what I was going to do in life. And there was ultimatums put out there. You can't just be working at Pizza Hut delivering pizza your whole life, Mm-hmm. And that motivated me, like, oh, shoot, like, if I'm going to go where I want to go, I better, like you said earlier, I better have my shit together, right? I don't need a woman that's going to say, I'll be with you in that 1-bedroom studio apartment, no matter what, because I might have been content with that. I might have been, well, shit, I got everything I need.
Okay, can we have a human conversation for one moment?
We love human conversations on the block.
Don trying to get cut. He stays in here. He stays in here just playing with the blades. He said, Jen, I need you to help me build, though. No, we collabing. Jen does collaborations. I build nothing. I have no construction hat. I have no tools. Okay?
Jen show up with the Timberlands. We don't even show up with the Timberlands in this motherfucker.
The Timberlands I want are the shiny ones. I can't get those messed up.
Mm-hmm.
Let's have a very human conversation right now.
Wait. Before you do that, thank you for the super chat, Adam Hearn. Adam Hearn says, I see you, Jen, with the red pill. Andrew Tate and Fit, aka Myron Gaines, are literally the same person. Both 6'4" nerds who had a glow up. Absolutely.
All right. Let's take Derek Jackson for a second. I understand his situation. I mean, I looked at the old photos. You know what I mean? Let's just say he was swimming in the pool that he was supposed to. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Let's just agree to that. He was swimming in the pool he was supposed to.
I agree.
The after shot, dude had the shoulders, the six pack.
A different pool.
It was a different pool. Now listen. Okay, as a man, I get it. You know what I mean? You got this woman who she probably held you down. She's probably, she probably ushered you on. She probably went and got the protein shakes. You know what I mean? Probably invested a little into the situation.
Mm-hmm.
But now you're in a space where it's just like, oh man, I'm going in a direction right now where I don't know if I can take her. Or if I take her, some changes need to be made.
Mm.
She can't wear this bonnet. We're going to have to do something with this bonnet. I might have to get a personal trainer. I could work with her. She has potential, or at least enough potential. But she doesn't want it. Oh man, she wants to wear the bonnet. Oh man, she's talking this crazy Jesus shit. I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I can keep her.
Put a number, just really quickly, segue. Put a number 1 in the chat, men, if you prefer women do not wear a bonnet. Put a number 1 if you hate how bonnets look, you don't want to see bonnets on a woman, or 2 if you don't care. And be honest, we on the block. Be honest. 1 if you want to see just people do away with that damn bonnet, put a 1. Put a number 2 if you don't care. Be honest. Go ahead, Haran.
That should get Aunt Your Mama vibes, and I'm just like my penis is like in that kind of situation. That's just not that's not my ministry. Anyway, so
Ministry.
you in that situation where you're trying to really take it to the next level, and she's moving and behaving as if you still the same dude that you were before you realized your potential. Some decisions got to be made under that circumstance. Now, ladies, you've been around the block long enough. I assume that there were times in life where you might have been a bit down in life, right? You might have been at your lowest. You was fucking with a nigga that you don't generally fuck with. Now, one day you came out of the haze a little bit. You started to really come out of your daze, and then you said to yourself, "Was this eye always that crooked?" Wait, you don't really smell that good. Like, was his penis always this small?
Those are the rose-colored glasses I talked about last night.
That's what I'm saying. When you come out of the situation, you realize that you are who you are. That person is who they are. It's like, we in the same subway. We're not really going on the same train, baby. It's a different situation. So that's the point that I'm making, that sometimes it's like, we had a time, we had a run. If you're not willing to go take it to the next level with me, I'm not saying that I'm going to drop you, but if you're not willing to take it to the next level with me, I got to leave you, baby. I got to go, man. I
want to make a point of this comment. Don Levon says, hold me down can sometimes be a distraction. And I agree 100%. I don't think men realize that they go faster, quicker, and more efficient when they're not dragging a woman and wetting their dick every 2-3 days. Like, do what the fuck you have to do on your own. You can stay focused. It's much better than a woman nagging you. Even the most docile woman is going to be like, when you coming back? Where you going? What do you want? So it can be a distraction. I agree, because I feel like relationships make me soft. And when you have a goal and it's like, I got to be tunnel vision, like I go into my feminine really quickly, and then I forget, oh shit, I was supposed to send this email. I'm supposed to have this meeting. I got to talk to these guys. And when you're talking to men in this business, you got to come, mas macho. You can't be like, hey, did you get my email? And when you in a relationship, that shit makes you soft. It makes you soft. It does. And men don't understand that. Like,
I had to realize that, Jen. I said, you know what? I'm too broke to be in a relationship. I'm too broke. And it was for the reason that you said. I was like, this is I'm not where I need to be. And I noticed exactly what you said is what I noticed about me. And I promise you, the moment I took a break from relationships and even sex, that's when I became tunnel vision and my career blew up. So that can go for any of us, but it's usually the men who are saying hold me there, blah, blah, blah. No, hold yourself down. And then your options are going to automatically open up. Period.
I just realized something, Lily. Lily, I just realized something. Y'all got to help me celebrate. I'm 16 months now celibate.
God damn.
Why is no one else clapping for me?
Clap for me.
Oh, yeah. That's an amazing accomplishment. That's
Listen, fuck, respect my G. All right, my
on the
vagina.
Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Listen, my vagina right now looks like, you know, when Agent Smith shut Neo's mouth. He's like, what good is a phone call if you're not able to speak? Okay, so remember earlier I said, men don't listen to women and women don't listen to men. So we got to be fair. We got to listen to the men. The majority of men threw number ones in the chat, meaning they don't like the bonnet, ladies. No matter how much it offends you, men are not into the bonnet, and we have to listen. With that said, I just can't go to sleep with my hair and nothing. Sorry, guys. So I don't like bonnets. I do not like bonnets.
But you gotta wrap it though.
No, I gotta wrap it. If you want me to look cute the next day, unless you're paying for my hair the next day.
But that's why you have a hair budget.
Right. I need a scarf. I wear, but I keep it cute and I make sure that it matches my little sports top and my little booty shorts. So you won't be disappointed. Okay. I'm not just coming to bed like a whole hag. Okay. I know I got the little scarf and I may do this, right? I'll put on my little scarf, but I'll leave this little curl out. So, I got hair. You know what I mean? I'm very strategic. I match my top.
Oversized shirt. You're not doing the oversized.
If I'm alone.
Only alone.
Alone. Okay, but in a relationship, like I'm like hyper aware of like, there's a man here. He needs to stay attracted to me. Right. You know what I mean? I'm aware, but alone, oh my God, it's a hot fucking mess.
Well, that doesn't matter. You're alone.
But the guys are saying one, so they don't like the bonnets. And there's other ways that we can maintain our hair without that ghastly I hate the bonnet. I hate the bonnet. I don't like how it looks.
I hate it outside of the house. When I see it outside of the house, I feel like outside of the house is just not up for negotiation.
Oh, it's 10 times worse.
Yeah, it's not for negotiation. Inside the house, I can see how we can negotiate. Outside of the house, I'm not negotiating, period. Just throw a hat on first. Do something else but that damn bonnet, please.
This is interesting. And I got bonnets, by the way. I'm not, they're up in the drawer. Like, this is interesting. Adam Hearn says Steve is about that bag. He's using Lori too. Pollyanna got her out there looking for rich men. You know what? Maybe he is. Maybe he's doing the whole like they used to do back in the day in the empires. You marry this one and I marry this one and we keep the money growing and growing and growing. Maybe he is. I mean,
and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that, man.
Right.
Right? Does that? No saying. What the fuck?
Yeah, that's
and they done got super duper duper
big.
There's a reason why. The reason why you don't see that in porn.
78 Dr. J type bonnet.
You don't see shit like that in porn for a reason.
Hello.
You know what I mean?
Hello.
But I agree. I listen. I agree with kittens and caskets. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Yep. We gonna read that out loud. That's how I feel about. Listen. That's how I feel about do-rags and bald men who wear hats.
I'm shot.
No, wait a minute. Bald men who wear hats.
Yeah, the hat thing is no problem, but it's the do-rag that got me.
I don't got do-rags.
This is how I feel. I don't mind bald men who wear hats because like everybody wears hats. I think she means, correct me if I'm wrong, kittens and caskets, but I think she means guys that hide that fucking receding hairline with the cap.
Catfish.
Catfish. That I don't like. But bald men, I mean, everybody wears caps. Like, you got to wear a cap. But it's that because I've seen a couple guys. It's just like a woman when she takes off that wig. When their hat come off, you're like, oh, that's different.
Is it bad that I assume that they're bald underneath their hat though? Because of that, I just assume that.
And hats make a guy look cute. Like when he cuts off this much of his head, you notice men look really cute.
Yes, they do.
With baseball caps, and then they take it off, and that hairline is back here. You're like, whoa, oh, okay, all right.
Yeah.
So are we done here?
I just assume it is. And then if it's not, oh, that's a bonus. Okay.
You ever been with a dude who took his hat off and his head is like funny shape? It's like it's dentist.
But yes. It's like, damn, can you just permanently wear the hat like the bed, like Mr. Marcus?
God
with
damn.
Justin Slayer.
What is Timberlands and back?
Hey, we all got fantasies. Don't judge me on Freaky Friday Eve.
Okay, we got a couple hours before.
Exactly. Seeing as we got some more people in the room this Saturday, Block Talent Battle, our second Block Talent Battle. We will announce the winner of our first Block Talent Battle. They win $100 cash. Okay. I think we already know who's going to win. She won by a landslide, actually, thanks to Haran in his super chat. But listen, this Saturday, Lily and I will be hosting again with a special guest judge, Block Talent Battle Talent Contest, 8 p.m. Eastern, sharp. Be here, wait in the queue, be patient. We had problems before, people not being patient, but you have to be patient because people have to come and compete before you. It's just like if you're in an audition, you got to wait till you get called in. So, whether you rap, act, sing, dance, if you act, give us a monologue. If you're a comedian, give us a 2-minute set. 8 p.m. Eastern this Saturday, day after tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern, Block Talent Battle. We will have the second one, and we'll see who's going to take home that $100 cash prize, okay? Saturday, since I see you guys here. Spread the word. If it's not you, I'm sure you have a talented friend. What's up, Crazy Legs in the building? Bronx, stand up. Jet Boogie, what's happening?
What's up,
okay, I'm back.
Legs?
What's happening?
Okay, I'm back.
Oh, yeah, and tomorrow for Freaky Friday, we have a special guest as well. We have author Keith Bennett. He's an erotic author. He's coming through tomorrow, so I think that should be really interesting.
Is he reading excerpts from the book?
Yes. I have requests that he reads excerpts, so.
What is the book?
He's going to introduce all that tomorrow.
Okay.
He has several of them.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What Don said? Don said, "What, you wrap your hair? You fucking right, I rap. Listen, I do it. Matter of fact, I thought I was on the phone with you one time. I did it. I do. I part it, and I'm letting y'all know so y'all know what y'all in for. Okay, listen. Whoever tries to date me after all the shit I said here, vaya con Dios. Okay, because you know how I feel about. Listen, I'm not no saint. Don't laugh. This is how I feel about fucking relationships. Okay, and yes, I part my hair in 6. I do 6 little buns, and then I put a scarf on. All right, and then I like I said, I'll keep it cute, but I'm not jacking my hair for you. I'm not doing it unless you're gonna pay for me to get my hair done every 2-3 days, and I don't even want to go through that because I don't.
I mean, we have our things. Like, look, listen. Like I told y'all, I don't share bathrooms. I don't share bathrooms with women, man. There's another bathroom for you. I'm not fucking putting I'm not forgetting or remembering to put the goddamn seat down when I'm having that argument. You know what I mean? You have your own space. You go in there. You do what the fuck you do. There. I have my own space, man.
Okay, Don. Hey, you putting your money down. I'm fucking my hair up then. He said, nah, we got to get your hair fixed the next day. Oh my God, Crazy Lex is watching from Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico.
Yes.
A black people. What's up, Crazy Lex? Can we tell Crazy Lex that he needs to come be a guest judge on Block Talent Battle?
Exactly.
Yes, definitely
we're talking about
that.
To
have Crazy Legs.
Absolutely.
Yes.
A legend.
Okay. Legs, we would love to have a legend up here to judge our Block Talent Battle.
And we have to be clear, this battle is coming back by popular demand.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what's making this extra dope. Like, you all have been asking, hey, and I enjoyed it, so I can't wait.
Some people thought
Yeah.
some people thought I was a little hard on the talent. Like,
For real?
man, like,
Well,
come
they
on,
were
I was just being
always.
honest. I wasn't telling motherfuckers
You
you'll never work in this town. Like, I didn't.
right, you'll never work in this town.
Like, I was just saying, like, hey man, like, yo, that is not. I don't think it's gonna work, you know. Like,
What's up,
especially
Big Elvis?
invested sex Jesus,
Oh,
especially him.
the BDSM Jesus.
I was like, yeah, this ain't it. This ain't it at all.
Take that show off the road, please.
Off the road. What's
Cut
up, Big
it
Elvis?
out.
Thank you for the super chat, Big Elvis, the Chef Rosenberg. Good to see you, sir. Yeah, but I agree with Kittens and Cassidy. I don't like the do-rags. Another thing is, let me tell y'all something, fellas. Okay? You know I gotta hurt your feelings at least once per stream. Wash your fucking do-rag or buy like 15 or 20 of them. They are a couple of dollars. They're a fucking couple of dollars. A greasy looking do-rag is fucking gross. Okay? Throw it out. Throw it out. If it's unraveling on the ends, throw it out. And I don't look at Tristan. And I don't want to see this thing, the flap in the back. Like, no. Like, you're gross. You're gross. It's just as gross as look at Tristan. It's just as bad as them stanky ass bonnets. Stop hat fishing women.
Well, I remember a time where
My ancestors. That's hilarious.
I remember a time when guys were wearing the bonnets with the jerry curls.
Yeah. Oh, the shower cap. No, those were the shower
Yeah,
caps.
the shower cap. Sorry, the shower cap. Yeah.
Well, no dudes in LA was doing that.
Yeah, they were still
dude,
doing that until
I don't
the
know,
2000s.
I don't know how you felt about the jerry curl, but when you're riding the city bus and next to the window this big smudge of just grease in
Yes.
it was pretty gross.
It was
in
crazy.
anyone's car.
Fucking up the pillowcases.
Where you're at right now, they were still doing the jerry curl into the 2000s as well.
No.
Those are the two places that still had a jerry curl in 2005. It was St.
Man.
Louis and LA.
Reminds me of the Coming to America Soul Glow or whatever.
Yes.
It's so
They get up and
all
the couch
so
has some big
silky
stains
smooth.
on
I
it.
mean, those areas of America were known to be behind with a lot of things. You know, what
that's what
did
I
to them about a lot of shit
It
until
either
long
started
time.
like on the West Coast or the East Coast. Trends would start, and then a couple of years later they would hit. Now with the internet, I think it's a lot faster.
Yeah.
Like we would be doing like flat tops and jerseys, and these motherfuckers would still be having like jerry curls, and we'd be like, yo,
facts.
what the
Before we get out of here, I would like to hear from the chat. What other things don't you like that women do? Gentlemen, what other things don't you like that women do aesthetically? And ladies, what don't you like that men do? We hate the hat fishing. I don't like the do-rags, the dirty do-rags.
I don't like the big shirts.
You don't like the big shirts?
No, I don't like the
What
big
if it's your big shirt? What if it's your big shirt?
If it's my big shirt, then I definitely don't want to see it. I got some big ass. Look at me, Jen.
Like,
if you got one of my fucking shirts on, how the fuck you think you gonna look?
But I'm saying when you got a lady over and y'all finish smashing, it's the cutest thing when she puts on your shirt.
You're like the first guy that said that they don't.
Because after we finish smashing, I want to see you in some shit that reminds me why we were smashing in the first place. You know what I mean? No,
we love doing that. We steal the hoodies. We steal the t-shirts.
The hoodies is fine. The hoodies actually, you don't even have any say so over that shit. They just walk out the fucking door with your shit. You know what I mean?
Oh, that is true though. Men did start wearing bonnets. Did you notice that?
Oh,
a couple of rappers.
When?
Yeah, there was a who did it recently? I think Drake did it. And there was another rapper that did it. Yeah, like men started wearing bonnets.
Ever since men started wearing pink, we've been slowly arriving at this fucking place. The fuck
you gonna blame
this?
Cameron for this?
Exactly. Yes.
See, there he goes.
If I got a pink phone, like
there he goes. That was Drake. That was Drake.
What the fuck?
Well, I mean, them eyebrows is lit.
Right? The eyebrows is private.
Ooh.
You just don't want to be
man.
listen to what they just said. You don't want to be a man with popping eyebrows and a goddamn bonnet
and a
on.
nice
Like it's
bonnet.
just that just doesn't reek of masculinity. I don't know,
I was actually gonna wear my Bring Back Manly Men shirt tonight. I just couldn't find it. But yeah.
What? Okay, so you know what? What is it about Jen? You were raised around manly men.
Yes.
Raised around manly men. What are some of the things that you do miss? You know what I mean?
Okay. That's a whole
That's a whole topic.
That's a whole topic. Let's write that one down. That's a
okay. Then yes. Write that down.
Yeah,
we could do that for both sides, you all. Like what do we miss?
Yeah.
What do you miss about that?
I'll give you one. I'll give you one, but we can make it a topic for another day because it's a long list. But damn, I can't just give you one. But I'll try to just give you one. I miss. I think I told you before. Like I'd be home with my sisters and my grandma, my mama, and when my dad walked in, like the energy changed. Like we knew there was a man there, right? His presence was very masculine. I miss that. In these environments, in these social media environments, the majority of men, like I don't feel like I'm conversing with a man.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like it's just some girls hanging out, especially when they come argue with me on Facebook. Especially when they come to argue with me on Facebook, I feel like I'm going back and forth with women. There's a lot of female energy. A lot of people bring up my beef with Tariq Nasheed, and I explain that I'm like, we were giving each other feminine energy. If you watch that argument, he's a very feminine man in his arguing talking points. So I'm like, I didn't feel like, women usually feel like intimidated, like, damn, this man knows more than me or he's stronger than me. I literally felt like I was arguing with somebody's auntie. Like, so I miss men having that, that very masculine energy. That's one, but there's a list.
I'd be ready to invite them shopping. Like, seriously, like that'd be right. Like, this is my good Judy. Like, Jen, you said it. You hit it right on the nose. Like a lot of times, I do feel like I'm dealing with one of my girls. Like it's a different energy now. It's so different. It's weird.
I mean, that's why it's funny because me and my daughter used to joke about me making a Misfit Island as I got older, like Misfit Island, like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, where I'm picking people, and I swear I feel like that's how the block is. Like these are the type of men that I like in my life. Right? The men in the chat, even the ones that get on my fucking nerves, okay? The men in the chat, but even the men on the panel, it's like just men who stand on their own square, no cap. And you guys know I don't have to blow smoke up your ass, but it's like just men who stand on their square. This is what I think, this is what it is. And I don't feel like I'm talking to girls up here, except for Lily. I don't feel like I'm, you know what I mean? And I've been, for the past 10 years, I've been getting into a lot of debates and arguments, specifically on Facebook, with men who give me feminine energy. And that's why I'm so horrifically harsh on them. I tell them to go eat a dick. I got to tell them, like, I'm really, because it's like, it's double for me. It's not only you shouldn't be arguing like this, it's I'm so turned off by you. So now I'm going to abuse you. Okay.
It's really, I was at the supermarket on my way back. I had to call an Uber. As I'm waiting for my Uber, I saw this beautiful tall glass of water just walk towards the supermarket, and we just started flirting with each other. You know what I mean? And we just started going back and forth and flirting with each other. And I just said to myself in that moment, of course, I had to jump in the car, but I just said to myself in that moment, I miss that exchange of masculine and feminine energy. Doesn't necessarily even mean it has to turn into something.
Right.
Just that exchange of masculine and feminine energy. And we both know who's who in that moment. And we're both doing what men and women do. I miss that.
Yeah.
We do that here. We do that on the block.
We do that here. We do that here. We do that.
And I can honestly say I have those men in my life, thank God, because if I had to rely on just what's out there, I'm like, oh my goodness, this is not good. Like I would, because I'm not getting the balance that I need. I was telling someone earlier,
yeah, it be like that.
Tristan, you better send me that.
Okay. I was telling somebody earlier that there's a reason why I can't date a man that's too much like me, because I start feeling like I'm with my homegirl, right? So I need that separate type of energy. I need that homegirl energy for those things, and I need that masculine energy for something else. I love masculine energy. I love manly men. I've been surrounded by them my whole life, and so to see them be eradicated, it's just really weird, you know.
And that's why I lean towards don't get cute, Don. But that's why I lean towards like countrymen, like men from the country, because it's very hard for them to shake that upbringing.
It's true.
It's hard for them to shake that upbringing, right? This generational, that's how they are. Let's go get, you know what I mean? Let's go wrestle the hogs and pull this plow. Like, it's hard for them to shake that. Whereas us, you know what I mean? Up north, New York and whatever, it's like, well, not so much New York, because these dudes, they be toxic as fuck. But but that's why I love the block. I feel like we're showing people how to interact with men and women. Like, the women will be up here and being hysterical, and we'll get on the guys, and the guys will just laugh it off. They're like, it's whatever. This is what women go through. This is what women say. We don't give a damn. You didn't ruin me for life. And this is what's missing on those podcasts. Is like, you let us be women, and we let y'all be men. And you notice whenever there's been a woman or a man that has entered this block and wasn't letting us do that, did hell not break loose? Did hell not? I'm talking about women and men. We've had both come up here, and piss in our pool, and all hell broke loose, because we have the knack for letting the guys be the guys and the girls be the girls, and you guys let us interact that way.
That's very true, Jen. I like the way you said that.
I was talking with one of my boys about that. Like, one of the things I don't understand is men who jump into female spaces.
Welcome.
Listen. You can jump into these spaces with pristine, impenetrable Einsteinian logic. Seriously, but you're still in a room full of women, telling them how they should think and how they should move. Like, whatever happens to you in that room, you deserve it. don't yo, listen, like, coming up as a young man, I knew that if I'm in a room full of grown women and whatever they say and so on and so forth, I shut the fuck up, man. Give it a room full of fucking women, man. Like, whatever they say. And look, listen. If you want to know what women really think, be in a room, be 11 years old in a room full of fucking grown ass women. If you really want to know what women really think, and what they really be talking about, because they'll get to talking, and after a while, your little young ass is invisible. You know what I mean? And they'll let out all the fucking secrets. But again, men, just don't. Arguing with a woman online, there's no win in that, man.
Right.
There's really no triumph in that.
There's really no winning it without looking like a total bitch.
Right.
It really isn't, man. Like,
we're wordsmiths. Our words are our weapons. Like, it, like, the men have the more of the physical strength, and it's like, okay, you're gonna most likely win physically, but verbally, like, why would you do that? Why would you even try? Like, why would you even step up to the challenge? You know you're not gonna win.
I'll be honest with you.
I'm like, does this. This is what I do.
I'll be honest with you. There's times when Jen and I have differences of opinion. After a while, I'm just like, okay, all right, Jen, all right. Because she's just going to keep going.
Right.
Wait. In my defense, sometimes I be telling you, okay, I hit you with this too. Don't even try it.
Yeah, you do. I think after a while, we just both tell each other, all right, whatever. But eventually, after maybe 2-3 exchanges, I'm just like, because I'm not going to do it.
All right, so we gonna get out of here, but thank you so much for the super chat. Don Levon says, make sure the underwear match, bra match the pants. I'll wear a zebra bra and a cheetah print bottom. Tell me what I'm gonna wear.
Just cause.
Adam Hearn, thank you for the super chat, says, whenever I see a do-rag, all I hear is, give the little N-word the ball back. Rest in peace.
Well, it depends. For me, it
Rest in
depends though.
peace, John.
If it's a planned weekend that you're supposed to be over my house, you're gonna wear the custom panties that I told you to wear with the writing that I told you to have on those panties, sweetheart. And that's going to happen. That's gonna happen.
Okay.
So you know what I mean. It's certain things that are going to happen. You know what I mean, that we agreed on that I told you to wear when you get in bed. So yeah.
Who still does this, Don? Who does this?
What are you, 17?
Who does this?
Not in this age group.
Were you a 16-year-old Puerto Rican?
Right. It's like, who does this?
And I'm pretty sure she has black lip liner on too.
Okay. Like, where you coming? You pulling out to the block?
Like, oh,
Who does?
I cannot with y'all right now.
Kitten says, I don't like when men wear glasses with no prescription and leave the logo on the lens.
That's going to be for that episode.
Yeah, we'll do it. We'll do.
Y'all don't like spectacles?
No, it's the fake prescription, no prescription glasses. Then they leave the logo like Gucci or Louis Vuitton, so you can see.
Gotcha.
That they were.
I got into an argument because that's the greatest waste of money I have ever heard. You're spending $300 on frames?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you can literally get the same frames for like $20.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I just miss when they didn't want to be bad bitches. That's all.
Why can't people just smoke crack like they used to and just fade away?
Can I ask a question, ladies? Ladies, can I ask a question? Because I used to date a girl who said that she lost interest in a guy because she caught him on IG smoking hookah like a bad bitch. she said two things happened that made her lose interest in the dude. He said one was he caught the motherfucker smoking hookah like a bad bitch, and he said that one dude he ain't have a washcloth. He had a fucking that fluffy shit that shit. He was like a man. He's supposed to have that. He's supposed to wash himself. So, he's supposed to have a washcloth.
Wait a minute. She didn't want him to have a what?
Like
she said a man is supposed to have a washcloth, but he had that fluffy shit. She was like, nah. That scrunchy shit. He's like, he came out smelling like purple. And she was like,
purple.
She was like,
I can deal with the loofah, but it's
right.
See, okay, now this is the thing. There are women who take it a little bit too far with the oh, that's gay. Oh, that's they are women who do that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I will say that. So and I feel like that loofah thing is part of that, right?
Okay.
But there are some that will get on IG and be posted up like a bad bitch, like in a bubble bath and some champagne, and I'm just like,
yeah, I don't like that. I don't like if I go to your Instagram page and you have a lot of like selfies and pictures of yourself and you're doing the squinty thing or like biting your lip and
if I see a lot of selfies on a men's page, it's an automatic.
You are the 8th woman who said that.
I like the guys. Listen, I like the guys that post the selfies and it looks like they don't know what the fuck they doing. Like their selfies will look like this.
Yes.
I like that guy. Yes. Give me that guy.
Yes.
Don't give me this guy.
No. Yes.
I don't want that guy.
Give me blurry picture man.
I want this guy.
All these pictures blurry. All 5 of them.
Because the typical guy does not know what he's doing when he's
give me that. I need this guy.
5 blurry pictures of himself in arrest memes and
Right.
reposts of regular random
Thank
shit that
you.
no one cares about. Like that's how you get approved. That's how you get verified by me. Okay.
Right.
Yeah. But when I
Yeah,
see
I
a
don't like
ton
that.
of pictures of that man, I'm like, oh, we could never be together. Like, because I already see what we're going to do. Like, we're going to be fighting over who's going to be the baddest bitch in this house, and I'm not.
So you don't
having
like
it.
so you're not having it with these dudes, like some of these motherfuckers be having like baby oil with all kinds of extra shit.
Yo, and let me tell you, women will be dying in the comments. I'm like, no.
Yes, they do. They be going. They be just. I be
I'm like, you
girl,
don't see how corny this dude is? A cornball.
y'all go, child, take them off the streets. Get them. Y'all take them. Y'all go ahead and get them. All whatever.
There was this one dude. I remember Jen. I remember he was clowning this dude who was doing the "How Does It Feel" video.
Yo,
He was dragging this dude.
like, I need men to be known. Just be known. Be known. I like men that I could look at him and I'd be like, okay, he's a dirty little penny. You know what I'm saying?
Look, listen, man.
I
I
clean him up.
knew we was going down a certain path when motherfuckers started saying this metrosexual shit.
Yeah,
I said, what?
I did.
I
Too.
knew we was going down a path.
Ron, me too. I was very scared.
I knew we was going down a path, man.
I was very scared. I was like, okay, this is. I don't know what this is going to lead, but I don't know if I don't think.
What
I like
the hell, Tristan? That was weird. I was like, what the
That
fuck
was
is
the
happening?
funniest expression I have seen.
I was like, why am I at the bottom? That's weird. That just freaked me out. I was like, what's in this protein? What I was gonna say anyway, you guys. Tomorrow, Freaky Friday, we got a special guest, an author. He will be reading excerpts of his sexy book. Please come back, mañana. Thank you for holding me down. Chat, don't forget, Saturday, I can't stress enough, Block Talent Battle, our second one. Talent will come and compete for $100 cash, and we will announce the last winner from last Saturday. And we're definitely going to do the what men miss of women's femininity and what women miss of man's masculinity. I think that's an important conversation to have because I think we're the ones that can have it without it going vitriolic, okay? We can explain, we can tell the guys what we miss and the guys could tell us what they miss and we'll do our checklist, see if we're doing that, okay? But yes, I am wrapping my hair and sometimes my
Good night, Miss Ruth.
And we
Good
can
night,
laugh.
Miss Ruth.
And we can laugh. We can, we can do it and have a good laugh and laugh at each other too.
Yeah, absolutely. Why not?
That's what I like about this show.
Wait a minute. Are the guys hat fishing us? Off with your hats. What's going on?
I got hair.
Okay.
Nah.
Y'all know I'm bald. What are we talking about?
What are you doing under there, Haran?
Ball lives
chilling.
matter.
I'm chilling.
he said I'm just chilling.
I'm chilling.
Just chilling.
I'm chilling. Y'all done see me with my hat off already.
Yeah.
Y'all done see me without my shit. I got a big ass bald head, man.
All right. Any parting words, darlings, before we pull off the block?
I like the fact that we can actually laugh at ourselves on the show.
Yes.
I agree.
Me too.
I also like the fact we can laugh at other motherfuckers.
Oh my god. Why can't she play that so well? That's the sad part. She was one of them.
I wasn't, Tristan. I hung out with them, though.
It's a Bronx stereotype. That's why. Puerto Rican.
It's a Bronx.
Yeah, it's a Puerto Rican Bronx stereotype.
I ain't gonna date this girl right here. On my kids.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was a Brooklyn.
On my kids.
Yeah,
how about
can't make it.
How about the girls that fight and they say "bitch" every half second? Bitch.
Oh my God.
Bitch. I told you, bitch. In the middle of a fight. I'm sure you've seen these fights on YouTube. Bitch. I told you, bitch. I'm my mama, bitch. I'm like, oh, okay.
Don't call me no bitch.
Oh, the ones that come to fight like this, bitch.
Oh yeah.
Bitch.
And then they start slapping. Like, what is?
Oh, the internet is a colorful place. All right, guys, we will see you tomorrow.
Take care.
Good night.
Tristan, take us out.
Okay, all right. 2 things, right? You guys can pick.
Three things. Don't forget to support On the Block with Jen Cash App On the Block with Jen. Thank you. Okay,
right.
2 things.
We got manosphere racism and the racism that got me booted on IG for a month.
Manosphere
Well, almost.
racism or racism that got you booted for a month?
Will it get us booted?
No.
Okay. Good question, Lily.
I'm just saying.
It was a meme that I posted, and people were in their feelings.
Okay. Hit the like button too. The like button. The like,
We're supposed to
Uh,
choose it. We're supposed to choose.
Okay.
I think we'll do the manosphere thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Manosphere racism?
Yeah, I want to see
All
this
right.
shit.
Put me on the big screen. So, Haran, when you type into Google, what do
Hit the
you
bell.
see
Hit the
when you
bell.
type in Black Manosphere in Google?
What do you see?
Yeah. Is the image that pops up is the first image.
Okay. Let me see. Black Manosphere. First thing I see is the fuck is this? Black Manosphere 2001 Core Glossary. What the hell is this? Report card breakdown. What the hell is that? I also see Derek Jackson here.
Oh, so they must have did the upgrade because this were my results.
Oh shit! Absolutely hilarious. Absolutely hilarious.
Oh
They
my
must have
God, no.
re-optimized it.
Oh my god.
I love you all.
Hilarious.
All right. Good night.
That was terrible. Absolutely freaking terrible. Good night, guys.
Good night.
Good night.
If you're still here, please hit that like and subscribe on your way out the door. For Mama, be here mañana for Freaky Friday. You know, we keep it freaky on the block every Friday. Okay. Don't forget Block Talent Battle every Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Come on through to judge the contestants and vote for them. Remember, Lily and I judge, but you guys vote for the winner. We don't. You guys vote. So we can't do this without you, chat. Thank you for holding me down. Thank you for all the super chats. Mwah, mwah. Good night. See you mañana.